Hey everybody, and welcome back to Around the Horrorsphere, Morbidly Beautiful's weekly horror news show here on YouTube. I'm your host, Nightmare Maven, giving you the top headlines in horror for the week, so let's jump right into it. So as we start off every show, we're gonna go through the horrorversaries we will be honoring this week. So to start us off, on the 21st, Miss Fairuza Balk is celebrating her birthday. While she's been in many productions, she is most well known for her role as Nancy in The Craft. Then also on this day, way back in 1908, the very first film adaptation of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde premiered. It was directed by Otis Turner, and unfortunately, the film itself was lost. And as far as we know, no form of this film exists today. A very strange case indeed. Then on the 23rd, Melissa McBride is celebrating her birthday. You will recognize her from her role as Carol in The Walking Dead. And on the 24th, Miss Nell Campbell is celebrating her birthday. She is most well known for her role as Columbia in the cult classic Rocky Horror Picture Show. Then on the 25th, back in 1979, Ridley Scott's Alien premiered. All right, now these next 2 days, we are just getting into like icon territory. So clearly the 26th and the 27th is, I don't know, it's just some sort of special day in May. For all these icons that were born. So first off, on the 26th, Helena Bonham Carter was born. She's been in so many films, but some of her most well-known roles are from her work in Tim Burton's films such as The Corpse Bride, Sweeney Todd, and Dark Shadows. Also, Stevie Nicks was born on this day, and I know, she's not an actress really or anything, but she's always got that witchy vibe about her, and she did have a cameo role in the 3rd season of American Horror Story, which was the Coven season. Also on this day, Peter Cushing was born. I know, icon. There's no point in me telling you the movies he's been in because there are just way too many to list. He is just clearly a horror icon, most well known for his work in Hammer horror productions. And then on the 27th, Linnea Quigley was born. She is a genre star, most well known for her roles in The Return of the Living Dead, Night of the Demons, and Silent Night, Deadly Night. And then, as if these 2 days couldn't get any more iconic, Christopher Lee and Vincent Price were also born on this day. I know. And there's no point in me telling you all the amazing films that those two gentlemen have also been in, because they're icons. All right, so that's it for the horrorversaries this week. So now on to the headlines. All right, so first headline is actually 2 headlines, and they are kind of sad, but I had to throw them in here as they did happen this past week. We did lose 2 amazing contributors to not only film, but the horror genre as well. First is Bill Gold, who unfortunately passed yesterday, Sunday, in his home at 97. Now, if you don't know who Bill Gold is, I will definitely leave a link for you, or a couple links in the description box. He is a movie poster artist. I think that's what his title was, but he has created some iconic horror movie posters over the years. Some of his most well-known works would be for the movie Deliverance, A Clockwork Orange, and The Exorcist. And then also this past week, I'm sure a lot of you have heard as well that unfortunately Margot Kidder passed away. Now, she was most well known for her work as Lois Lane, but when it comes to horror, she also did have some iconic roles in Black Christmas and the Amityville Horror. All right, next up, we got some TV news for you. So you may or may not have seen it floating around the internet, but a trailer for CW's new series, well, reboot series, it's not new, for Charmed dropped this week. This reboot of the iconic Charmed series is going to be starring Melanie Diaz, Sarah Jeffrey, and Madeline Martok. Hopefully I got that right. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the synopsis up on the screen here. It is 3 paragraphs long, and I am not going to make you sit through me reading it for you. So that's the synopsis, and the trailer is also quite long. They give away a lot of the plot in the trailer and in this synopsis, which is kind of interesting. I guess we'll see how it goes. The show is set to premiere in fall. We already know at least one of the original Charmed ones has not given her approval for this series, Holly Marie Combs, who played Piper. And if I can throw in my own opinion here a little bit, I watched the trailer, read the synopsis, also not excited. Just make new shows. Stop remaking things into shows. Stop remaking shows. Stop remaking movies into shows. Just come up with new stuff. Right now, some more Halloween Horror Nights news for you. So if you went to Halloween Horror Nights last year, definitely if you went to the Orlando one, I'm pretty sure it was at the Hollywood location as well. Universal, for the first time, had a scare zone dedicated to Michael Dougherty's Trick or Treat. And now they've announced that Trick or Treat is graduating from scare zone to full-on maze. That's right, the iconic movie is going to be made into a haunted house for the upcoming Halloween Horror Nights season. The announcement on their official webpage, which I will leave a link to in the description box, reads as such. Take out your pen and paper and take notes. The Rules of Halloween are returning this fall to Universal Studios Florida. Sam is back and making sure we all celebrate the holiday right in a new trick-or-treat house at Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights. Last year was the first time Sam and his fellow trick-or-treaters came to Halloween Horror Nights in a terrifying scare zone. You, our fans, loved it. We loved it, and we all wanted more. It was an easy decision to partner with Legendary Pictures and writer-director Michael Dougherty again and bring back Trick or Treat in an all-new experience. Trick or Treat is one of my favorite movies of all time and definitely my favorite Halloween-themed horror movie. It's an amazing movie. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. Now, I know there was a lot of geography-specific terms in there, like coming to Florida, Universal Orlando. I'm not sure yet if it's coming to Universal Hollywood. They do separate their web pages though, so that could just be the reason why. Now we got some kind of controversial news. So Lars von Trier's, I hope I said his last name right, never known how to say his name, latest work premiered at Cannes this past week. It's called The House That Jack Built. It's a 2.5-hour film that follows a serial killer over a decade, I think, in the film, from his first kill to him perfecting his technique, I guess you could say. It stars Matt Dillon as the serial killer in question. So audiences that have made it and sat through the entire 2.5-hour film have been cited as giving the film as long as a 6-minute standing ovation. Now, notice how I said made it to the end of the film, because this film is causing mass walkouts at screenings. Now, as I've not seen the film, I don't know exactly what goes on in that movie to make people walk out. I have heard that there are some instances of children being shot. I think specifically shot is what's making people walk out, and animal deaths as well. Of course, nothing real, but to my knowledge, I think it's the children's deaths that are mostly causing the walkouts. So there's no set wide release date for The House That Jack Built now, but I mean, I imagine it's going to get a lot of attention when it does premiere for the greater audience, as everyone's gonna want to know what's so controversial about it. Alright, and just to leave it on a light note, some fun news for our last headline. So Deadpool star Ryan Reynolds is signed on with Fox for a remake of Jonathan Lynn's 1985 cult classic, Clue. Now you'll probably remember Clue starring Tim Curry, based on the popular board game. Ringing any bells? All right, now some of the writers of this remake include Zombieland and Deadpool scribes Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick. And they, along with Ryan Reynolds, are saying the film may be R-rated, which has got me hella excited. Obviously, it's not even that far into production. It looks like it's still in the pre-production stages. So I will keep you updated with news on this movie as it comes out. Alright, so that's all I have for you this week. Be sure to let me know about anything I missed in the comment section down below, and also let me know what you're thinking about the Charmed trailer, what you're thinking about this house that Jack built movie. Do you know anything about it? Have you seen it? Let me know what you think about the Clue remake. Have you seen the original film? Do you love it as much as I do? Are you excited for a remake? All that I want to know in the comments section. Of course, you can find more horror movie news and reviews over on morbidlybeautiful.com. Until next week, I'm your host, Nightmare Maven, signing off.